We talked to community experts about how students can become empowered to support compassion or any other cause that's important to them.
So it's very valuable to have any kind of environment where you're creating this kind of culture of creativity, because that is what's going to motivate you to pursue things even when you're not necessarily on the right track or failing. Because if you're in this iterative process, you've got to learn to overcome any kind of mistakes or things that are in that process, and you're going to have to rely on other folks to boost you up and to get you beyond that point. Now, how to do that is an interesting question. And I think it really boils down to being able to be supportive to others and make that part of your culture to begin with. So being able to reach out and not necessarily be concerned with yourself and making sure that you're getting that feedback, but making sure that you're providing that feedback for others, and understand that other folks will pick up on that and reflect that back to you. There's a great need when working on interesting new projects and problems and stuff. There's a desire within folks to ask for permission in order to do something, and I see that all the time at level 1. They want to know whether or not they can create a fire-breathing pony, or whether or not they can create a new rocket telemetry system, and they will talk to you as if they're asking for permission to do such a thing. The easiest thing to do is give people that permission. I mean, you can give people that permission. Not that you're necessarily an authority, but people are looking for that. In some sense, they're looking for verification and authorization from their social group and community to be able to create this. So the best thing you can do is give people permission to be the best that they can if they're asking for it, and recognize when they're asking for it and when they need it.
So the reason that we started the EJ Mentors Honor Society was specifically in order to get high-achieving high school students together with struggling middle schoolers. All right? The idea really behind it is that really at any given time in any city in the United States, you basically have some of the smartest students in high schools, usually juniors or seniors, and they're there for a very short period of time. They're going to go off to some of the best colleges in the country, and a lot of times we really don't use this resource or tap into this resource in a very efficient way. So, so what we decided to do was to really select these students into an honor society in which they very much belong, and then to pair them up with struggling 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students, because the transition from middle school to high school is often where students kind of get off the path, right, get off track. As far as the benefits, there are really benefits on both sides. I think we can start with the benefits on the EJ Achievers side. We call them EJ Achievers. Those are really the mentees, the middle school students. Obviously they get one-on-one tutoring or mentoring. They get guidance on not just help with homework, right? They get guidance on what exactly it takes to be successful in school. And in addition to that, they get a little bit of an academic culture. See, a lot of students, I think, kind of, at least privileged students, are very used to having that. Okay? So they grow up in a home where they get to hear that their older sister just graduated from med school, or that their dad is a teacher at some sort of a school or something like that. But there are students who don't have that kind of academic culture. For them, no one in their home has ever gone to college, etc. So it's a way to kind of transfer that culture to the mentors. Okay? That's the more obvious side. On the mentor side, on the high schooler side, I think there's a huge benefit. Obviously, high schoolers can realize how much of an impact they can make on other people's lives. Oftentimes they don't believe that this is the case because they're still young and they're still trying to find out what they can do. And this is something that they already have an area of expertise in. So it's nice for a high schooler to feel like an expert. In addition to that, I think that it can also help the high schooler to hone those academic skills specifically. Because me, being an educator, I've been an educator for over 15 years. I know that knowing something well enough to take a test in it and knowing something well enough to teach it to someone else are two completely different things. And so the high schoolers get a chance to revisit those academic subjects.
Well, why is it important to value diversity? I think every time that we embrace something that is a little bit different than us, there's something to be gained because it's a new experience and it will add to our own wisdom and how we make decisions in the future. And it's really fun to embrace our differences and to celebrate them as well. Well, I think it's important to develop our own unique strengths, because when we do that, we gain self-confidence. And as you know, you have seen, Muhammad Ali was probably the biggest promoter of himself and so self-confident. He really believed in himself. And as a result of this self-confidence, he was able to achieve great things. The Muhammad Ali Center has a program called the Muhammad Ali Center Council of Students, and this includes about 50 kids from the area. They're very diverse, and they have joined our program in order to develop leadership skills and to learn about social justice issues and to develop themselves as people and to really find their own voice and to take this voice and to make a difference in the world. So a lot of our youth council are participating in their own passions and making a difference on their campus, among their peer group, within the community, so that when they really do venture beyond high school, they have found their voice and they will make a strong difference with their passion in their future community and for the world.
My name is Vanessa Hurst. I want to talk to you a little bit about social media and what students can do to make it more effective, what you can do to make your causes more effective. Probably one of the biggest things is Facebook. Everybody knows Facebook, and a lot of times what we do is we put things on Facebook that are probably inappropriate, but what you can do is, what you might not know, is you can do more than just post things. You can post videos, you can post pictures, you can create events. And what I found is you can create a page for whatever your project is or what your event is, and just to let people know what you're doing. Once you get your page set up or your event set up, then it's basically by word of mouth. What you want to do is get out to your friends and have them share what you're doing as well. And then what I do sometimes is just pose a question or pose a challenge and then get people to respond to that. The more interactive you can make it, as the best you can do it, but you can also attach YouTube videos to it, which would be an awesome thing. So just find ways to connect it. One of the things that I use that some people don't use is Twitter, and Twitter's really cool because you have to say in 140 characters what you want to convey. So it's sometimes difficult, so you really have to think about what you want to convey. You also can attach videos or images to that as well. So anything that you want to do, you want to make it interactive and inviting.
We talked to community experts about how students can become empowered to support compassion or any other cause that matters to them. We learned that the first step to empowerment is to develop and follow your dreams.